My name is Lily. I decided I was going to make a video or a series of videos on South Carolina child support enforcement. I worked in child support for 25 years as a case manager. I am not offering any legal advice or any legal counsel. I just simply wanted to inform you of a little policy, but mostly procedures and processes that's taken when you have a pending case or you have an active case, which means you're already under an order for child support in South Carolina. I have seen so much frustration and so much information, and how people are just so upset about it all because they simply don't understand. So, what I want to do, I want to make some videos to take you step by step on how a case is initiated. I want to take you to how, when a case opens up, what happens within the agency. I want to also take you to where the court dates. I want to talk to you about what happens within the court dates. I want to tell you about your rights as a non-custodial parent and a custodial parent when it comes to a child support case. I want to tell you those things step by step. I just want to give you information from the inside that will help you to maybe eliminate some of the frustration of not knowing what's happening within the agency and what's going to happen with your case after your case opens. So let's start from the beginning. So where did the Child Support Enforcement Agency come from in South Carolina? It came from the Department of Social Services in 1975, I think around that time. So what is child support enforcement about? What do they do? Okay, what child support enforcement does, it locates the non-custodial parent. It establishes paternity in a child support order. So why are these things done? So how has a case opened up? How is my case open up? How does a case open up? Well, a case is opened up or initiated. One of the ways is that when a custodial parent goes and applies for assistance from the state, financial assistance from the state. It used to be called a welfare check. It's not called that anymore. It used to be called ABC. It's not called that anymore. Now it's called TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. And that is for money that is given by the state to the custodial parent to help with the financial need of the child. Okay, that's one way. The second way that a case opens up or is initiated is the custodial parent, the person that has the child, goes directly to the Child Support Enforcement Agency in whatever region she lives in or whatever county she lives in, get an application, fills it out, sends it in. All right. She can also, or she or he, can also go to the clerk of court, obtain an application, fill it out, send it in. A third way where a case may open up is that the custodial parent goes and applies for medical assistance through the state for the child, which is called Medicaid. Now, this is based on what category a child is listed in, or it used to be. Now, when I was working in child support, and I just recently retired in July of last year, that Medicaid did not prompt a child support case. Medicaid did not prompt a child support case. That has changed since I've been gone because changes come fast in child support with the state in child support. So, or the custodial parent can simply ask for that form or that Medicaid application to be sent to Columbia to open up a child support case, and in that way they're asking for child support services. All right, those are there are two ways, but there's one third possible way that a case may open, and that's through Medicaid. So the next thing we're going to talk about is terms that you may hear or read on your letter or your pleading that you will get if a case is opened up. The non-custodial parent receives a pleading. The custodial parent receives a letter for a court date. So we'll talk about all of that when we get to when cases are coming to court, okay? But what you'll hear is non-custodial parent or NCP. Especially when you come to court, you'll hear NCP. A caseworker should never be calling you an NCP. They should be calling you by your name, Mr. or Miss so-and-so. But NCP stands for non-custodial parent. Non-custodial parent means that this is a person that the child does not live with, or is not living in the household with the child. This is also the person who's going to be paying the child support. Okay, you're going to hear custodial parent. Custodial parent is the person where the child is currently residing with. This is the person where the child is currently residing with that makes them the custodial parent. Okay, and this is the person who's going to be receiving the child support for the child. The next term you're going to hear is dependent. Dependent is speaking of the child. Not a grandmother, not a grandfather, but of a child from the age of infant to 18 years old. And 18 years old is based on South Carolina child support emancipation age normally ends at 18 years old, and the child's out of high school, or whichever comes first. Okay? If the child has graduated, and we'll talk about that later too, but I'll give you a little bit. If the child has graduated high school, let's say in June, and doesn't turn 18 years old until December, the child support will stay in place until that child turns 18 years old. And that's also based on certain circumstances too. Child support can go beyond that and beyond 19 years old based on certain circumstances. And we will talk about that. Okay, that's just the introduction to child support. And like I said, I want to give you the inside of child support and its policies, procedures, and its working. So stick with me and we're going to walk through it, okay? All right. Talk to you later.